need to do that. Yeah. Such a good plan. What do you do? How do you get it some kind? Just like...
You just open it then.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I saw Rich open it earlier. It turned into an absolute frothy mess. So I was like, oh, okay.
That sounds very filky.
I'm gonna have to look this up again properly, but yeah, it's like
Filk.
It's a horrible word.
Pure filk.
That is pure filk.
That's pure filk, mate.
the generic voice of angst.
I need to know, did E.L. James start writing 50 Shades as Twilight fan fiction? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, she probably started writing it as like, you know,
Have you tried
kids in school as wizards.
Was 50 Shades of... Dad, look, second one. Twilight, was it fan fiction?
If it is, come on.
50 Shades of Grey is a sexier, erotic version of Twilight. Chuck Zlotnick...
There we go. See?
Love that.
Began as a fan fiction spin-off of the Twilight novels before it was published.
Amazing. Isn't that incredible?
Isn't that incredible?
She's made millions.
Not really.
She's made millions.
Does she deserve to have done? Maybe she does. You know, hey,
Who wrote Twilight? Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Here we go. Right.
God.
This is
Strap
your
in.
yeah, strap in. Berate me all you want. Love the Twilight films.
Get out.
Get out of my own house.
Make
Why? Okay, all right. Go.
Okay, make your case.
I just like them.
Why?
Make your case.
I just like them.
Okay, you need more than that.
Yeah.
No, I just like
It's not
the
going to be a very
first.
long podcast if you
first-
just say, I like it.
Right, the first one was like just cool. I liked it. It was like it's like I just liked it. I liked the
You
whole.
like that they played
Like the
baseball in a
romance.
field with Muse playing
Oh.
Supermassive Black
Oh,
Hole.
Yeah.
Rich, I cringe.
Yeah,
I
so
absolutely cringe.
badly.
And it's
Love
the
it.
way they speed the song up
Oh my
to
god.
like make the action look more incredible.
Love it.
Because
Oh.
the song's not that fast.
They're running like 100 miles to catch this ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
So cringe.
Michael Sheen is some like weird Italian old vampire that's like in charge of everyone. It's cool.
Was it? It drives a Volvo.
Dakota Fanning, she was like a scary.
She's hot.
Yeah, well, scary child
She was
vampire.
She was annoying.
Wait, Dakota Fanning? No, wait, hang on, sorry.
She's annoying in War of the Worlds. She just screams the entire
No, I'm thinking of the wrong... Wait, no, Dakota Fanning is the...
She's War of the Worlds. She's in it.
Is she...
film. She's the annoying little girl in War of the Worlds.
No, sorry, I'm thinking of Kristen
Wait,
Scott Thomas.
Kristen Stewart.
Stewart, yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
Stewart, not Scott Thomas. That's
I
the
did
older-
not just say that Dakota Fanning was hot in Twilight. She's
No,
hot
it's
now
not.
that
No,
she's a
it's-
grown-up.
yeah.
That's fine. That's my second edit.
Wait, hang on.
This isn't getting cut.
No,
Hang on, hang
going
on.
in.
I need to know. Wait, so you like the entire Twilight saga?
Not the entire thing, but
Like when he's in South America and stuff towards the end. I've watched them.
I don't remember it.
But
There's there's
Don't you remember?
Twilight. The first.
vampires burn when they're in the sunlight. They don't glisten
No, they
and
don't.
glitter.
Man. They sparkle.
Did
Oh,
you just
come
quote?
on.
Did you just quote "Dust Till Dawn"?
I don't know. Maybe.
I love that at the end of "Dust Till Dawn." It's
Apple
like
pie.
when Cheech Marin's there, and he's like, "Well, were they psychos? Like psychos to you?
Yeah.
Psychos do not burn when sunlight hits them. I don't give a fuck how crazy they are. They were vampires." And he points at Juliet Lewis. That girl's entire fucking family is dead. And it's like,
See,
oh,
that's a vampire film.
yeah.
What you've watched.
I like Dust Till Dawn as well. It's the best twist on a movie ever. It's a heist movie. There's like
Yeah.
two robbers on the run.
I'm gonna prescribe.
and then it turns into a vampire movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm going to prescribe to you as a friend that you need to watch all the Blade films.
Yes.
Including Trinity.
I have
Yeah.
watched all the Blade films. I love them.
And Dawn, from Dust to Dawn on repeat. For
And
Well, I
the
like
Lost
them all.
Boys.
to get this Twilight
I think I like
nonsense out.
vampires.
The Lost Boys.
I've watched Lost Boys. Yeah,
Yeah.
good film.
Yeah. But no
Juliet
one
Lewis
fucking-
in that?
No one glitters in it.
Who's in the Lost Boys?
Well,
Kiefer
Kiefer
no one
Sutherland's
glows.
Kiefer Sutherland's in it. He's
No
like
one
the main
glows.
one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
But
Vampires are
God,
meant
Stephen Dorff in Blade, the original Blade. He was
Yeah.
great.
Let's get that.
What other good?
Cool, that's a good one.
What was the scary movie-esque, the spoof film made about Twilight, when it was like, you're a vampire? Yeah, I'm a vampire. It's just incredibly trendy right now.
Probably, I don't know.
Is it not another teen movie or something
disaster movie or
something like that?
Super.
This is when the spoof movies went downhill in the noughties. Where
Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot with
that used to haunt my nightmares.
Rob Lowe
used
and
to scare
Rutger
my
Hauer.
nightmares.
Yeah.
With the thing where like the Nosferatu kind of
Yeah.
That's also a good film. If
Nosferatu,
you've not,
yeah, wonderful.
It's like
Nothing
it's
good.
all silent.
Nosferatu.
No. Another good action
Nosferatu.
vampire film series is the Underworld series with Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, I like it.
Really good, that.
Anything with Kate Beckinsale.
And it's got Bill Nye in it.
Oh, that
The
bit.
first film was...
The bit in Underworld where it's so lame. It's so lame now, but it was so cool.
You
back
can't
in
call anything lame now. You like Twilight. That bar has been...
You're allowed to like it. We're just allowed to ridicule you.
Fight me. Twilight's cool.
It's alright, we'll put on the supermassive black hole so we can have a fight.
my
Yeah,
God.
we'll play baseball. Over
Yeah.
it.
Christ.
And then I'll hit the ball and then I'll run really fast and catch it. Yeah.
I remember I dated this girl for a while who was obsessed with Twilight, and she made me watch all the films, even though I'd already seen them.
Every girl in 2008 was obsessed with Twilight.
That's what he picked up.
And me. Every girl and me.
we were just this thing. We were just
I wasn't
watching.
obsessed, but I was so
Literally,
so Team Edward, man.
when me and Lucy,
Fucking hell.
Lucy said this to me earlier.
Team Edward.
Lucy was like, "I'm Team
My guy.
Jacob."
My
Lucy
boy.
was like, "I'm all about Taylor Lautner and stuff." And I was like, "Fucking hell." We were watching.
You're my boy, yeah.
We were watching the Batman earlier.
Yeah.
And Lucy was like, "Oh God, it's just like he's that drippy guy from Twilight again." He's
Right.
just-
Whoa. How can anyone bring up something about Twilight when watching the Batman?
I know, right? Well, it's Robert Pattinson, but like,
He was in it.
Oh, yeah, actually, that makes sense.
Yeah.
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 Did you not make that connection?
No, I forgot he
It's
was in...
easy to forget now that he was
I
in Twilight.
forgot he
He's
was
done
in
so many other
Twilight
good
for a
films.
moment there. Yeah, he's actually a phenomenal actor. He's done a
Yeah.
great
And he was a phenomenal actor in Twilight. That's probably what carried the series. But
He's done a good job of
There you go,
distancing
Luke.
himself from the series.
oh no, the series was terrible.
Yeah.
Just that he was okay.
Yeah.
And Kristen Stewart has a nice face. Like, that's pretty much it.
She always looks like she's hungover though. Do you not think?
Yeah.
She always looks like
Always
she's
looks
had
kind
a
of
hard
like
night
kind of
on...
stoned.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she's had a hard night on something.
Meth.
Yeah.
Even in even in Panic Room, she's on drugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's done The Lighthouse. I love The Lighthouse.
I haven't seen it, but I really want to see
God.
it.
I've
It's
heard
kind
it's
of
good.
like
You,
the-
you,
watch
you
that
have to
too,
get
yeah.
drunk and watch it. You have to.
It's
be
pretty
drunk.
dark, isn't it?
Yeah, super
Yeah.
dark. Yeah.
But him and Willem Dafoe,
Willem Dafoe, yeah.
It almost feels like it's like a play that's been filmed, like
Yeah.
something you'd go and see at like National Theatre.
Yeah, same as like Glengarry Glen Ross. Like, yeah,
It's,
absolutely.
Yeah. I need to watch that one.
He's done that. Then Tenet, he was brilliant.
He was
in
so
Tenet.
good in Tenet. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I reckon one day he could be like the new James Bond.
Is
He's
it
so
good?
suave?
True, yeah.
He's-
Oh shit, yeah.
He's young enough that he can get a
He
few more
could
films
actually
under
be
his
the
belt.
new James Bond.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. He's so good. He's so
great.
suave.
Apparently, Tom Hardy's
He's got a
out of
modern
contention now.
awkwardness, man.
Apparently, it's possibly
Yes.
Taron Egerton.
No.
Taron Egerton.
As in Rocket Man, Taron.
He's denied it,
Eggsy.
but they've said that they are thinking of it.
Kingsman.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
But-
Or I can't remember the guy's name, but Rob Stark from Game of Thrones. Apparently he's
Richard
in talks.
Madden.
Yes, yeah. Apparently
Oh,
he's in
he's the
talks,
guy that
yeah.
plays Bodyguard, isn't he? The
He's
Scottish guy.
Bodyguard, yeah. That was a great series.
Yeah, it was a good series. He would be really good. I'd be happy about it, that choice. Yeah.
No. Now that you said Robert Pattinson, that would be cool.
I think he'd bring across like a nice.
Where is she?
Yeah.
How's Christian Bale?
The name's Where is she?
Yeah.
Christian Bale, who
Where
would
is
also be a
she?
good
Yeah.
choice, maybe.
But they've said James, right, we're going this will be
This is a tangent and a
a
half,
long
isn't it?
bit.
That's what we're here for.
The end of the last one. No Time to Die.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Well,
I know
he
what
obviously
happens.
has time
Yeah.
to die because he dies. So there was time.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, have you not seen? Oh shit, he does.
I just said I haven't
Sorry,
seen
man.
it.
Sorry. It was years ago. Is that
Can
right?
we play the tape back? Like, It was years ago. It was
I mean,
last
come
year.
on. You knew he wasn't the same character as Sean Connery.
I knew he died. Yeah.
At some point,
Oh,
James
okay,
Bond
so
has to die,
I
doesn't
would have felt really bad if
I just said both of those things to you. I said I haven't seen it, but I know what happens. Like, because everyone was like, yeah, he dies.
Okay, well, it says James Bond will return, like it does in all
all of
the
films.
all
Yeah,
films.
pretty much. Yeah.
But how?
Well, it's either that they're soft
think
reboots or it is a code name.
I think it is a code name.
Or
yeah.
it's a prequel, or it's a they don't do it in modern time. They just go do a Star Wars on it and they go way back.
Yeah, I mean,
like retcon.
Now imagine if they went back and did James Bond made now, but in like they went. I don't know. They did it in like the 70s or something.
Wouldn't that be great if they did a James Bond now that was set in the 70s?
Yeah, like
that would be cool.
No smartphones, no gadgets. Because that's why they can't. They've
they always
a little bit on technology and stuff.
Yeah.
They've never done prequels or anything so
Origin story. Skyfall. What was kind of supposed? Sorry, Casino Royale was kind of supposed to be like an origin story because it has the black and white bits at the start where he kills.
So before
he has to kill two people.
Well,
He has to get two kills.
the bit where they introduce like new James Bond, which is Daniel Craig, like it's like that bit where, and I've spoken to you about this. I think we both spoke about this, but like the bit where it's like all orangey filter, and he's like they're actually having a fight. Normally James Bond has like he'll have a fight for like 2 seconds, beat the guy, and like they're somehow dead from being like thrown over a shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, but this one's like
very real.
Real fight scene in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he like drowns him in a sink.
When you say that orange filter,
it's a really orange, isn't it? It's like really orangey.
I thought it was black and white.
it's black and white.
Is it?
It is black and white.
Oh my god. Mandala effect.
It is.
No, I think you're just wrong.
I think I might just be wrong. When I think of that, it's like super orange.
It's pretty similar.
No, it's black and white.
Yeah.
Before,
black and white.
No way.
It's really green. It's not. What am I doing now? No, it's really gorsy and
Hang
really like there's a lot of like lens blur on it and stuff. But it's definitely in black and white. Yeah.
it's a great moment.
It is. Yeah, where he's drowning the guy
I
in the
see
sink.
that in like a really like, like a super orangey filter.
Yeah, no, it's
My mind's blown.
Right. Well.
Before Daniel Craig, the idea of a code name, kind of worked. But with the Daniel Craig films, they added so much like
Guys, that's madness.
history to his family and
No, that is the film. That's just Casino Royale. That's exactly how I remember it.
yeah, it's great.
I don't know where you.
So this came off the. So when
Did you watch it? Were you high?
No,
right? So
never high.
Casino Royale came out. Was it
Sorry,
2006?
your mum's not watching.
Yeah.
This came out 2006. This came
Yeah.
off the back of like the Bourne Identity films,
Yes.
which basically showed that a spy action thriller could be gritty, violent, really cool. So then they were like, "Right, we've got a new Bond. Let's do that."
Yeah.
And it was
Can't believe
such a
I
good
thought that
idea.
was orange.
It's less suave. It's more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, some of the
he
stuff in
was
the early
perfect
James Bond
actor.
films is just unreal. Like when he's in A View to a Kill with Christopher Walken and
I love that film.
Grace Jones.
Grace Jones,
It's got the
Yeah.
best
Oh my God.
theme tune as well, Duran Duran.
Oh, yeah.
So good. It's such a great
That's when
theme
they should
tune.
go. They should.
Was it Duran Duran?
Yeah.
They did the Living Daylights. Didn't
No.
they?
That
Yes,
was,
they did. They did.
no,
I
Living
thought-
Daylights is Aha.
I thought.
Is it? Aha.
Yeah, Aha is Living
Can we
Daylights.
quantify this? Because
Duran
View-
Duran did Living
No.
Daylights.
No, Duran Duran did To View to Kill.
I'm.
Can we
I'm
quantify-
kind of with
Type,
Rich.
type it in.
hey, he might. Yeah, he might be right. I've used both of them in a quiz before, so.
View to a Kill. Is
But
Duran
I
Duran.
could have got it backwards.
It is.
Thank you.
You're
Duran
welcome.
Duran
I should have
did
bet-
Living Daylights. No, A View to a Kill.
Yeah.
Who did Living Daylights?
Aha.
Yeah.
Just say it. You got both of
It's
them.
a good song, Matt.
Wow,
There you go.
fucks me over.
Yeah. They
But yeah, when like he's there and he hides in Grace Jones's bedroom.
Yeah.
And he just gets naked and gets into her bed.
It's so weird.
And Christopher
I
Walken's
know.
like, go on, you're just too nice. Yeah, and like, in what universe, as a spy, do you? And it's like, at the end of like Moonraker or something, it's like, what's going on there? I think he's attempting re-entry, sir. It's just like, fucking hell. And they did.
Roger Moore could carry that off with, like...
They really sort of like smoothed over a bit with Pierce Brosnan. There was that great thing was what was the one with Christmas Jones?
World is not enough.
World's not enough, yeah. And she says you're being essentially sent to shadow this person, and he's leaving the office. She says, Bond, shadows stay in front or behind, never on top. And it's just like that was just like basically like.
Amazing.
I love the fact that is basically someone's mother, because that's Judi Dench was basically the mother figure there to him, and that's reinforced in Skyfall. But she's basically going, don't fuck her.
Yeah. Just
keep
it in your pants, man.
Yeah. Well, she says
you're an incredibly well trained, highly paid operative. Like, just don't fuck her.
Well,
like,
in Tomorrow Never Dies, she encourages him to. With Paris Carver, she's like,
do whatever you need to do.
She's like, oh yeah, you've had a previous relationship with Paris Carver.
Yeah.
You know, get reunite, pump her for information. And it's like, Judy.
You know what? Another really good one like that is in the second Mission Impossible film.
Yeah.
With Anthony Hopkins.
Oh yeah, he's in that for a bit.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins in there, and Tom Cruise says she's not qualified to do this, and he says, not qualified to do it. To go to a man, to go to bed with a man and lie to him. She's a woman. She's got all the qualifications she needs.
Brilliant.
Go to bed with a man and lie to him.
But
she's a woman. She's got all the qualifications she needs.
I know.
Ah.
But only Anthony Hopkins could carry that line.
Of course.
Like he's just.
If Sean Connery said it.
Yeah.
No. But his.
Anthony Hopkins says it, and there's a certain sinister undertone to it, but also a charming side to it, which...
That nice sort of grandfatherly thing.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
He could basically say to you he's going to kill you, and you'd still think he was charming.
But he does. Hannibal Lecter does that.
It's like...
I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Yeah. He's so charming. So, I watched The Father.
Yeah.
Recently.
With Olivia Colman and Anthony Hopkins.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Does he have Alzheimer's?
Yeah, it's bleak. It is depressing.
That's why I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's a heavy watch. But in terms of acting,
masterclass.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, just watch it for that. I mean, luckily I haven't had to go through all that kind of with any sort of family members or anything. But from an acting perspective, unbelievable.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I think he might have got an Oscar for it.
Do you know, this is going to be the point in the podcast when people look back and they say, whenever Rob leaves the room, it's really dark.
Yeah. Saying The Father is a dark, bleak film.
The Father?
Yeah, with Anthony Hopkins.
I've never seen it.
You need to watch it.
It's only just come out, I think.
I watched, what's that one where he's like an exorcist?
Abandon my child!
No, he's like an exorcist. Is it The Rite?
Yes, yeah.
It's like him and maybe Heath.
Father Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh.
In BuzzFeed Unsolved, they meet the guy who that is based on.
I saw that, yeah.
Went
and
to
he's
Rome
like,
to
don't
learn.
antagonise it, don't address the ghost. And then they...
And changes there like, fuck you!
He's like, fuck you, I don't respect you, and stuff like this. He's like doing the exact opposite.
I disrespect your bridge code, man.
There's a really good thriller I watched on Amazon Prime.
Kieran Hines, oh my god.
With Anthony Hopkins and Ryan Gosling. And Ryan Gosling is a prosecutor for the state, and his job is to prosecute Anthony Hopkins.
For doing what?
For killing his wife.
Oh.
What's this film called?
I can't remember. And I mean, it's annoying me.
I've got my computer right here.
It's so good though.
Drink your milkshake.
And basically, Andy Hopkins is just like, yeah, I'm just going to represent. You know, he essentially admits to it, but gets away with it in a clever way because he's so like clever in the whole thing.
OJ.
He makes like his hobbies. He makes those. What are they called? It's like a marble that goes down a track and it creates the machine keeps going and the marble goes around. He makes these elaborate, beautiful...
Like an automaton?
Is it called Fracture?
That's it.
Yeah.
So good. Watch it. It's great.
I will, yeah.
I mean, it's not as good as Silence of the Lambs, but it's a great watch.
Have you watched The Ides of March?
No,
yes!
That's amazing. George Clooney
and Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
It's incredible.
I would literally I was thinking about this the other day because it's such a... Yeah.
It's a brilliant film.
Very similar to like Michael Clayton.
Michael Clayton, oh my god, I've never spoken to someone who's watched Michael Clayton. Is that the one where he's like just
Never
like a
seen it.
suave hitman?
No.
No,
not in the slightest.
No, hang on, Michael Clayton.
Michael Clayton is about banking, I think.
It's George Clooney, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
look at Michael Clayton. I don't know what it's about. It's basically, he's uncovering this big fraud kind of thing.
He's
a
not,
lawyer.
He's
I think.
not a suave hitman.
No, he's a lawyer. I think
You're thinking of Collateral with Tom Cruise, aren't you?
Probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Because he's got grey hair and that. And
But George Clooney's so suave in this film, but he's smart though. He's like, he evades danger because he's trying to. People are trying to kill him.
that happens to Michael Clayton. Like his car blows up and stuff.
His car blows up, but he's like
and Tilda
uncovering.
Swinton's in it, and she's amazing.
Ah,
Look at Michael Clayton.
I've got it here. Yeah, he's trying to uncover the truth, isn't he? About a law firm brings in its fixer.
Yeah.
I guess Michael Clayton.
Yeah. It's similar to like The Firm.
To remedy the situation after a lawyer has a breakdown while representing a chemical company that he knows is guilty in a multi-billion-dollar
Tom
class
Wilkinson,
action
I think,
suit.
is the guy that has a breakdown.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Tom Wilkinson's in it.
I've not seen it.
It is. It's a slow burner, but
it's great.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
I do like George Clooney. I like his films.
I clearly don't remember the movie, but
you
I
know it's
know
about him being a hitman.
I know it's really, but he almost is. He's like evading things. He's being suave as hell. Like, you know.
I don't know if he is.
Yeah, he is, and he does.
Should we watch it?
Yeah, shall we?
Yeah.
There's a bit at the end where he hands someone a document or something, and it's like the biggest like FU moment.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, oh my god, like Michael
It's Tilda
Clayton's like
Swinton. It's Tilda
James
Swinton,
Bond.
and she basically.
Can we watch the trailer for it? Go on.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, she like what's it when you indict yourself or something like that, or implicate yourself or something like that. She basically like confesses to a crime and he's recording it, and he's basically trying to say to her, I'll give you X amount of money, or she'll give you X amount of money and stuff to buy this up, and he says it's not even worth it. And at the end of it, he just goes and gets in a cab. He just goes and sits in a taxi, and and he gives the guy $100, and he says, just drive. But yeah.
Is it all in black and white, or is this just?
It's not all in black
okay.
and white.
No, it's orange.
I wish more films were in black and white.
It's orange. I don't know. That's a really weird thing. It's like Mandela effect, isn't it?
I was wondering if you were colourblind.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm a photographer. I'm not coloured. Well, I could be.
Could be.
One of the largest, most respected law firms in the world. You are a legend.
He's so James Bond because he's always in a suit, isn't he?
I am Shiva, the god of
Oh, he's a great actor.
Yeah, Tom
Yeah.
Wilkinson.
Yeah.
I'm Michael Clayton.
You're late. This is a
Tilda
$3
Swinton.
billion class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
The architect of our defense has been arrested for
Sorry,
running
guys.
naked through
Just watching
parking
trailers.
lots.
Yeah.
Back in a moment.
Building a case against you.
Nobody's gonna let him do that.
Let him. Who the hell's gonna stop him?
I spent 12% of my life defending the reputation of a deadly weakness.
This sounds great.
It's a great movie.
They killed the Michael.
You North needs to know he's
So
under
good.
control. They've been shook up. They need to be reassured
Oh, I want to watch it.
Tell me.
that I'm counting on you.
You're not gonna say exactly what it was.
Just that it was something that would win the whole
She's a good
case.
actress as well.
Mm.
I'm not the enemy. And who are you?
You got all these cops thinking one way. And you got all these lawyers thinking something.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay. It's Pablo's up.
Like I'm negotiating.
George Clooney's got a great voice, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really good. He's really well cast.
I always think this of actors, like
He's-
you can be a great actor and not have to do the whole method thing and just be almost yourself, and they're still phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like
He always kind of plays like George Clooney.
yeah, but he's still great.
But he's brilliant. Yeah.
But like, there are actors that are still phenomenal actors, like Johnny Depp, who
Yeah.
go full blown character, like
Yeah.
I want to become Willy Wonka. or I'm
Like
gonna-
totally different. Yeah.
But you know,
Have
I always
you-
find that fascinating, and I think Jack Nicholson's a bit like that. Like he's a phenomenal actor, but he's always Jack Nicholson, isn't he?
Yeah. I kind of feel like this is like a weird one. Kind of feel like George Clooney's like kind of underrated. He's
Definitely. Yeah.
not like, you know, he was like, you know, a heartthrob to like so many women, like ever.
Yeah.
But he's kind of underrated as an actor. You don't
Yeah.
really take him super seriously.
I think
It's just like, oh yeah, it's George Clooney. He's like this good-looking actor
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's like in some good films. You never like. Well, I've never listened to a podcast where like someone's actually been like really talking about George Clooney.
no.
He's great, man. Like,
It's funny
the
because
stuff most of the films I've seen him in have been just really good films.
they have, and he is good. I just
But he's never been in like a.
He's never been anything that challenges.
He's been
himself.
he's been Batman.
Oh, that was
We don't
terrible.
talk about that though.
But he's been good about that because he actually has come out publicly and been like, I ruined Batman.
Yeah.
Like he owns it now. He's like, yeah, I ruined Batman for a generation.
Love that.
I love that he's like, yeah, I made a shit show of Batman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about
But it's
that.
actually not his fault.
No,
That's the director's fault.
I just don't think he's done anything that challenges him as an actor.
I'll put them in the fridge.
Oh,
Like, I don't think he's done anything that challenges him. You never see him like put himself out there
struggling.
emotionally or anything.
Have you watched Up in the Air? That's a Jordan
Yes,
Peele
I
film.
haven't seen that
love
one.
that.
That is a great film.
Up in the Air is great. When what's her name? Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah,
is
great.
and she starts crying in the
Great
airport. He's like, "Ah, fuck."
He's like throwing all of her stuff out. You don't need this, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, but so going back to Michael Clayton, have you watched? Is it Dark Water, the Mark Ruffalo film, where he's like investigating? It's almost like
It's not cool.
Teflon, like the
It
non-stick stuff.
was a genuine like case where people had been dumping stuff into water supply and been killing people.
And all,
yeah.
and he goes to
I was
see
thinking of
this
something
farmer.
else. I haven't seen this.
He goes to see this farmer who's like, the water is polluted and all the people in the town are like getting contaminated. There's like kids with like black teeth, and it's like it's how Teflon was invented, or like non-stick frying pans basically, and they're dumping all this shit in the river. It's good film.
He's made some solid films. He really has.
This is Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Or...
Sorry.
So Michael Clayton's very similar
Yeah.
to that film.
Okay.
It's like one guy sort of trying to take down like a big
Yeah.
corporation thing,
I really want to watch.
and then it becomes like a matter of like their safety because they're trying to uncover it.
Yeah.
I love films like that.
There's a good,
Runaway Jury is a really good
Never
one.
seen Runaway Jury.
Runaway
Is that
Jury.
with Rachel Weisz?
Rachel Weisz, yeah. And
Phenomenal
John Cusack,
actress.
yeah.
There's another film like that with Mel Gibson
Beautiful features.
called. Yeah,
It's
Was I in the toilet?
No,
It's the other guys.
the other guys
Yeah.
again.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yes. Okay, yes, Mel Gibson.
Could do a whole
Edge of
podcast.
Darkness.
Edge of Darkness.
And it's great. His daughter gets sick from like a similar thing, and it's all about him getting revenge on the company and everything.
What's it called? Edge of Darkness.
It's actually a remake of a BBC drama from back in the like 90s or something.
Jonathan Creek.
But I tell you what, it's
Let's all go live in windmills and solve mysteries.
It's really
I would
good.
love that.
This is when
Let's all do that.
yeah,
You know, get a 3-bedroom windmill.
lay siege to that.
They siege to this tangent.
It was
We
when
just need to find our Karen and Quentins.
it was that period when Mel Gibson was trying to come back as an actor after
After the
Sugar tits.
yeah,
Yeah.
after basically disgracing himself.
Yeah.
And then actually came out with a lot of good films. Like Edge of Darkness is great. There's one when he's in Mexico and he's like in a prison and he
yeah.
what I did in Mexico on vacation or something. It's great.
Yeah.
It's bonkers, but it's great.
Apocalypto was fantastic.
Yeah, and he's
That was pre-downfall, I think.
That was pretty-down.
Nah, but Hacksaw Ridge
He was still,
post downfall, wasn't it?
you know,
Passion of the Christ,
Doing-
Apocalypto, yeah. I mean, yeah, he was still quite a nasty, racist bastard, yeah.
Hacksaw Ridge was post downfall, wasn't it?
was Hacksaw Ridge him?
Yeah, he directed that. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Did he do The Thin Red Line?
I don't know.
That's a long film.
I've been forced to watch so many war films by like my dad and my brother because they both love
What's
war
your
films.
favourite?
I do
film.
like a war film.
Come on.
My favourite...
Everyone's gonna say okay.
Everyone's going to say Saving Private Ryan.
Of course, because it's the best one.
I was
It is
about to, yeah.
Fantastic.
It's incredible.
Mama.
Yeah.
That's just gut-wrenching.
It is really good. No, I feel like I've seen better... I mean...
Dunkirk
Does-
is not actually that good.
Does Predator count?
Carl Weathers.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's the bit. It's the bit with the arm muscles. It's like
Dylan!
Yeah.
and the veins are popping up, and
It's like it's like Rambo, but with an alien.
I mean, I'm guessing that's the firm no then from you two. Predator doesn't count.
Cool thing about that, right? Alien and Predator are in the same universe.
Yeah, well, there's
In-
Alien versus Predator.
Alien versus Predator. Yeah.
Apparently,
That is in the when I said about B movies being like really entertaining.
Yeah.
Alien versus Predator 2
oh, the one that
Requiem
that's great.
is incredible.
It's so good.
What a fucking good
That's
film.
the one in the town. They all come and attack
Yeah.
the town.
Yeah.
She comes back from Iraq and
Yeah.
it kills her husband, and it's like
Yeah.
fuck.
And
The
there's
Predators are the good guys, basically, aren't they?
kind of.
Kind of.
So it was and the aliens are bad.
Usually, the human that is there at the end gets their respect.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they've
obviously.
they've shown they're a warrior.
In the first one, it's like snowy. It's kind of like The Thing,
yeah.
and then they find like the spaceship.
Because it's weird with like Predator. So the first Predator film is, I would just say, incredible. Like,
it's kind of like Tropic Thunder and how
I
funny it is.
I
but then
pretty
it's,
much
like,
modelled
so
my
good.
life on Arnold Schwarzenegger
Such
as
a-
Dutch in that film. And then the second one, it's strange because the protagonist becomes Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Is it Donald Glover? From Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second one's crap.
Danny
Yeah.
Glover.
Danny Glover, excuse me.
Donald
Yeah.
Glover's Childish Gambino.
There we go. Yeah.
Second.
And it's got Gary Busey in it as well and stuff.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is that like they make out there's a point where like they're talking about the Predator. They've seen it and they're just like, hey, he was a really tall guy. Like he was almost taller than you. Like talking to Danny Glover,
yeah.
and it's like he's not. He's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're not
No.
replacing him
Yeah.
with like he's a cool actor. He's an amazing
Yeah.
guy.
Is it Danny Glover?
It is
Danny Glover. Yeah.
It's the weirdest sequel. It makes no sense.
And he's talking about and
it's weird.
What is it? Gary Busey is talking about how plotting where the Predator has been. He's been in all these places around the world and killed all these like high power operatives. Like, he's like he's on safari and you're his lion. It's like if anything, Schwarzenegger's the lion.
yeah.
Like
He
but-
becomes the Predator in that.
Carl Weathers. Dylan.
yeah.
Um,
And
if we're talking Arnold Schwarzenegger, probably one of my favourite films ever,
twins.
Total Recall.
That's good.
That's an amazing film.
Total Recall is good.
It's got everything you want from a movie.
You're doing the Con Air thing now, aren't you? You're saying how it's got everything. Yeah.
It's-
Well,
Because
I'm
Total
you
Recall
know my
is
opinions on this. Con Air should have got an Oscar, but that's.
What a movie.
Total Recall.
I think there's Sharon Stone's in it as well.
I think she is. Yeah.
She is. Oh, she's great in that.
Written by
She's great.
Philip K. Dick.
Oh.
Based the story was called "We Will Remember It for You Wholesale." That's what it is.
But there's the guy
Is there
when he
another
goes to
kid?
Mars, and the guy that's got like
Get your ass to Mars.
get your ass to Mars.
Yeah.
And then he's got that thing in his nose, or like it goes up his nose and pulls
Was
out
it-
his
is it
tracking
like-
device.
You got some real stones showing your face around here, and he's like, "Look
Who's
who's
talking?
talking."
It's the guy
He's-
that's got like
no face.
Yeah.
No, he's can't. His face looks like something.
Looks like yeah.
2 weeks.
Is there another Guinness?
I think so.
I think there's one more. Yeah. Total Recall was good. Terminator, huge fan. Commando.
Commando's good.
Commando.
James Cameron's first film.
No.
Second film. Yeah.
Might have been his first big budget film, but I'm sure he did ones before it. But do you know how
He was a model maker.
do you know how he got the
He
idea?
was
for
probably for
Terminator?
IRM, I imagine. Yeah.
He was a truck driver. But do you know how he got the idea for Terminator? He had a dream. He was really depressed and he was really anxious, and he had
Yeah.
a dream that a robot from the future
Yeah.
was sent back to kill him. And I was like, that's incredible.
That
That's
is great.
awesome. And I've literally, it's so weird that I've just written about the Terminator in the book that I'm writing,
your
the
favourite?
self-help book.
Yeah.
About at the start of the Terminator film where Sarah Connor is in the burger joint and the kid drops a scoop of ice cream in her apron, and her colleague leans over to her and says, "Look at it this way: in 100 years, who's going to care?"
Yeah.
And I used that in the self-help book I was writing to try and talk about, picking the battles and the things that you
Yeah.
want to be upset about and things like that. And it was just like, I can't believe I just referenced the Terminator
No, you know what?
in a self-help book.
Screw it.
Screw it. Terminator 2,
Some
I
great
think,
lines in
I
Terminator.
actually would argue Terminator 2 is probably one of the greatest films ever made.
It's
so
Do you
good.
know what? I will probably.
It kind of is,
I will probably
but-
fight someone who will try and tell me that there is a better sequel.
It's such a
I
good sequel.
can't imagine.
Well,
what
Aliens.
Empire Strikes Back is probably the best sequel.
Get fucked.
However, it's not a
No,
true
it's
sequel because it's part of a series. There's
Well,
always going to be more.
Terminator 2
Yeah.
is so much better than the Terminator.
Right.
I don't think it is. I used to think that, but then you watch it and you're like, I mean, like Michael Biehn is amazing.
Man
as-
Crush. I think he's beautiful.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And
Wait,
he's in
who's
The Rock.
He's in The Rock.
I know. I
He's
was
Commander
loving it.
Anderson.
I
Yeah.
know. I was like, oh my god. It's Hicks.
He is always just some hard Navy
the-
SEAL bastard. Yeah.
The guy that's got like muffin cases, kind of, you know, the liquid Terminator.
No, that's Robert
That's Rob Patrick. Yeah.
Robert Patrick. Okay.
He's
yeah.
in Rob Patrick's
Beautiful
Terminator
Man.
2. Also a beautiful man. Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Muffin
Hey,
cases? What the hell are you talking about?
They look like
I know he's
like
yeah.
Cherry Bakewell tins.
Yeah,
when he gets
yeah.
shot.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose. I didn't realise there are a lot of deleted scenes from Terminator 2 that I hadn't seen before.
I was thinking about this earlier about deleted scenes from
Yeah.
like classic films, and then they suddenly surface, and it's like, what the fuck? Some of them are great. It's like watching the film again.
There's a scene
Flanders, where you going, Flanders? Chasing him with the golf clubs.
There's a scene in Terminator 2, a deleted
It's a
scene
geode!
when he's in the he's in the foundry at the end, and
Yeah.
the Terminator puts his he puts his hand on this railing,
Yeah.
and the railing's got yellow and black stripes in it, like hazard stripes,
Yeah.
and it affects his whole arm, goes yellow and black, and he's like, and it basically signifies that the Terminator, he's breaking down in some way, like he's still affected, but things are going wrong.
Yeah.
And that wasn't in the original cut, and I was like, oh my god, that's so weird. But I love. Do you know what? I have never been to Los Angeles, but my
Neither
god,
have I.
as a
Yeah.
city, there's something about it. There's
film
there's something that
worthy.
really touches me in here about Cornwall, where we live. If you're watching this in America, Cornwall, Southwest. Someone says to me ages ago, I said, if the UK was the United States, then Cornwall would be California.
Do you
And
think?
there's- I think there is a real thing about that being on the edge of an ocean, that kind of feeling
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, all the music and things that have been written about like Los Angeles and stuff. You know, and the LA River,
I
that
was
huge
literally-
drainage
I was
thing.
Oh, it's
Just
just
to say-
so many films, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, like, even like in Greece,
It's
Yeah, and Gone in
yeah.
60 Seconds. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Drive,
almost it's a character in
there's
itself.
so many.
And when
Yeah.
in Terminator 2, when they have the chase with the Harley and the dirt bike
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
semi truck down
Yeah.
the canal and stuff, it's like, my god, that's so
Do you
much
remember
fun.
when Robert Webb used to present great movie mistakes?
Yeah.
The show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was amazing, and they do the thing with Terminator 2 when it flies off it goes off the overpass into the LA River.
yeah,
It's like got no window or something, but then it's like magically back or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but doesn't matter. But LA River, like
Yeah.
in all of the things, it's
Yeah.
just great. It's just a great
Yeah.
movie location. There's
Well-
a bit. I think it's in.
it's been in
Film I
so
really
many
don't
skate
like.
videos, so many
Yeah.
BMX
Oh,
videos.
It's in
like-
so many films.
It's
Well,
iconic.
In Time.
Yeah.
A film I really don't like. It's just not great.
That's the one with
film.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, yeah, that's a good film.
It's a cool
Olivia
film.
Wilde.
Cool
Amanda
cool
Seyfried.
concept.
Yeah.
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 That's
It's a cool
another
concept.
Philip K. Dick, I think. I think that's. I think. Correct me if I'm
Tell you
wrong.
what about Terminator, right? Tell you what about Arnie and his acting capabilities. I watched this interview with him like recently.
I'll never say anything bad about Arnold.
He was like, James Cameron came to him and was like, oh, you know, I'm doing this film, it's going to be about this machine and everything.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do you reckon about the actor that's got to play him? Because at the time, it wasn't going to be Arnie.
No, yeah.
And then
yeah.
Arnie was like, well, you know, he's going to have to be, he's a machine, right? So everything has got to be, like, without look, you can't load a gun and be looking at
He
it.
can't look down.
He's
and load
got to
the
be
gun.
doing it
yeah,
with
yeah.
muscle.
It's like
memory.
that model 1888 and he just spins
Right.
it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so good.
And then James Cameron
Oh
was just
my
basically
God.
like, do you want the role? Because it
Yeah.
sounds like you
get
basically
it.
get what
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
needs to be.
Mm.
And actually, when you watch the films, He's doing everything without looking.
Yeah.
And the bit on the motorcycle and he's loading it.
Yeah.
He did that so much that he
Yeah.
ripped the skin off his fingers just
Yeah.
to try and get it right.
Yeah.
I love
But
that.
then in the first film, when like he's dissecting his eye and stuff and everything else, it's got to be so perfect.
Yeah.
I think they made like a literal model of him to do that. So
That's why it's so good.
So actually, in a
Total
way,
Recall's great for that as well. Like,
Arnie's acting in Terminator is phenomenal, really.
Yeah.
No one else could do it, really. It's,
yeah,
Arnie's amazing. He's made like Last
he is.
Action
He is
Hero.
not a bad actor.
Love
Yeah.
that film.
Last Action Hero. He's
amazing.
He's great.
Jingle All the Way.
Oh, some of the... Yeah.
Oh, what a Christmas film!
Eden absolutely loves, is it Twins? The one with
Danny
Danny
DeVito,
DeVito. She
yeah,
loves
yeah.
that film. Yeah, she thinks it's great. Yeah, that's a good
Twins
one,
is
that.
great.
Yeah.
It is really good.
And he's actually the best. Right, I mean, I love Batman. Batman Robin of George Clooney is a terrible film. The only highlight in that film is
Mr.
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze as
Yeah.
with Arnie. It's so good.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Ah.
It's like,
Also,
yes.
Uma Thurman. She's good in that film.
Yeah.
Is Batman Forever or Batman Returns?
Batman
Batman.
Forever.
Batman Forever, yeah. There's loads of cool people in that.
No, Batman Robin is Uma Thurman.
Chris, is it Chris Pratt? No,
Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell.
Batman Forever isn't a bad film. That's one of Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey is the Riddler. But then they're basically...
We literally watched the Batman today, and Lucy was like, "I still think Jim Carrey was better."
Oh, he was
And I
so
was
good.
like,
He was so good.
was
Jim
he?
Carrey is
He
better.
was in a morph suit. He had
No,
red hair.
Yeah, but he was... I mean, he was
He had a
good.
Zorro
I'm
mask.
sorry, it's Jim Carrey.
He was great.
Jim Carrey, hero.
Bubs, you
Yeah.
alright?
He was... That's not a bad film. I think I was like... 8
Jim
or something when that
Carrey
film
is-
came out.
is-
I remember
Absolutely.
seeing George Clooney on the Graham Norton show, and he was like, "There was one time I was apologising for Batman Forever," and Graham Norton was like, "What do you mean apologising?" He's like, "Oh, I always apologise for Batman Forever. Like, it's just everywhere I go, I just went, hello, George Clooney, sorry for Batman
Sorry
Forever."
for Batman, yeah.
It potentially do
But-
could have
Was
been
it Batman
do
Forever or Batman and Robin?
No, it's Batman and Robin.
But-
Batman Forever's Val Kilmer.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Which,
got-
yeah. Which one is Jim Carrey and Riddler?
Batman Forever.
Because is that the same one
With
that's got
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as-
But you see, there was trouble
Harvey
there on
Dent.
set because Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey were just trying to out-act each other.
Yeah.
Just trying to be as hammy as they could. And
Yeah.
it's so obvious when you watch it.
I've got.
And which is the one with Jack Nicholson, the
That's
Joker?
just called
that's
Batman.
just called Batman, yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great bit in Bad Neighbours with Seth Rogen
Yeah.
and Zac
Who is
Efron.
your- yeah.
Who's your Batman? And they're doing like Michael Keaton impressions and Christian Bale
Yeah.
impressions. It's great.
Zac
It's
Efron's
so
going,
funny.
"Where is she?" and then Seth Rogen's going, "I'm Batman. Hey, I'm Batman." This is Michael Keaton. Hi, I'm Batman.
And now what's Robert Pattinson's? He's a bit of the mix of the two, isn't he? He's like, what have you done?
But he's also like that when she leaves the contact lens out and with the letter over it says, "Well, can you see me?" and stuff, and and he's talking to her. He just talks to her in a normal voice. And I was like, does she know?
Is it Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis as
Alfred.
Alfred. Yeah. He's really good.
The Batcave in that film is probably the best Batcave.
And the Batmobile.
Yeah.
I like it
It's
as well.
real. It's just such a. It's like it's a trophy truck.
But they live in
And he
like
builds
the
it himself.
decrepit
Tower.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it's
Trump
way
Tower
more
basically.
real.
Yeah.
And also something you told me, which I didn't realise about Batman, is Gotham City's actually Chicago.
Yeah.
It's New York, isn't it?
It's a
That's
mix.
what I thought.
No.
Well, it's a mixture because they've got Gotham Square Gardens, so it's
Yeah.
like a mixture of the two.
Right.
It's always been
But-
imagined as a mixture.
The landscape.
Because in
is-
Dark Knight Rises, they blow up the bridges and they
That's
include the
Chicago.
Brooklyn Bridge.
That's Chicago.
No, that's New York.
It's definitely the Brooklyn Bridge, but
Yeah.
The
It's-
rest of the cityscape is Chicago. Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah.
I always thought Gotham was a replica of
It's
New York.
No,
yeah.
because that's see the idea is that Metropolis with Superman is this lovely white utopia, right?
Yeah.
And then Gotham is the ugly
Yeah.
sort of
The darkness.
duckling of that. And they're meant to be like just across from each other kind of thing. And Gotham is a combination of like Chicago with all the mafia and all that. You know, the sort of like the
Tell you what,
crime
that-
syndicates, and then New York with Wall Street and all that as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mix of the two.
No one says Gotham better than Tom Hardy as Bane. When Gotham is ashes,
Yeah.
you have my permission to die.
really like
so
a film, like a Batman film. No one actually talks about is Batman Begins, and that's
Yeah.
a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Liam Neeson,
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
I saw this thing the other day. Someone put
I
a
won't
meme.
kill you.
Someone
I don't have to
put a
save
meme.
you, right?
Yeah.
Someone put a meme on the internet with Darth Maul's face and said, "This guy gets nowhere near enough screen time. Absolutely carried the Phantom Menace, and the only guy to kill Liam Neeson on screen." And I was like, that can't be true. And I looked it up, and it was like, number of times Liam Neeson has died. He's died in like so many films.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, because he did Darth Maul. Yeah, he really.
That's emotional though, because of course Obi-Wan can't do anything. He's behind the ray shields. He
Yeah.
can't move. And the whole point of Duel of Fates,
I watched that 2 days ago.
People miss the
Amazing.
whole thing about that. The whole bit there is that they're fighting for Anakin's future. Because
Yeah.
Qui-Gon's the father figure in that. Obi-Wan is essentially the brother, right?
Yeah.
And they're fighting what's going to happen.
You were the chosen one.
So,
Well, he says something really horrible about Anakin.
yeah.
He says, we've got another pathetic life form on board.
He doesn't
now."
want him.
He doesn't, like, Obi-Wan does not want Anakin there.
But
He's
he-
like, because
Obi-Wan is
he's
the
talking
pure
about
Jedi.
Jar Jar Binks. He's like, they take Jar Jar Binks
Yeah.
for some reason, but Jar Jar Binks saves the day. Like, he becomes like general of the Gungans. It's like, how? And then he's like, he puts his hands up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then the droids all like fall, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, Jar Jar, nice.
I love Star
Jar Jar,
Wars.
nice.
I love Star Wars, but I will admit that Jar Jar is not good.
Have you watched the Phantom Menace with subtitles?
Yeah.
So when you see the subtitles for what Jar Jar Binks actually says, it's so funny, and it's like really like some of it's like quite weird. It's like it's you gotta watch it. I can't explain it. It's like it's really weird when you actually read the subtitles for what Jar Jar's saying.
Yeah.
But I think he's a great character.
Yeah.
Just introduced him out of the blue. Just like weird,
When he basically
stupid,
gives-
like
He gives the final vote to Palpatine to give him executive powers so that
Yeah.
he can give rise to an army. Which I thought was quite cool that
Mm-hmm.
George Lucas put that in. So actually, yeah, Jar Jar is annoying in the first one, but also
Well, you know
quite
what?
powerful.
As we're roving into the realms of this becoming a Star Wars podcast, which I will never allow, should we call that a day? An hour and 22 minutes.
Whoa, it doesn't feel like an hour and 22 minutes.
It has wandered on. But I just can't talk about Star Wars.
What about The Matrix 4? You loved that film, didn't you?
You get just fuck yourself. Like,
They suck at Luke.
Yeah.
Right.
Think off, Luke.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Filk.
If you like this, please subscribe.
Oh, was it Phil?
And,
Phil, not Think. Phil. What's Think?
See ya.
Three,
Bye.